Good afternoon. So I'm here with two brand new revolvers from Webley. These are the .22 cal Webley Mk6s. They do three models. They do a 2.5 inch, which they call a civilian, a 4 inch, which they call the police, which I have here, and of course the Mk6 service revolver, which is a 6 inch, which I also have here. And I also do a bit of comparison to the 177 version we've had for a couple of years now. Okay, so first of all, these are the boxes. This is the police one. It's the 4 inch version. It also tells on the back about its uses in films and dramas. Okay. Also, this is the same. Obviously, everybody who's ever had the service one, exactly the same. There's an extensive list, as you can see. Okay. So I'm going to basically just do a quick unboxing review, and then I've done a Crony test about these as well. I've put some pellets through, so they function fine. I'll probably do an accuracy test, and when I put some more lead down the barrel, because obviously from brand new, you've got to lead the barrel in and take a bit with a pistol or a revolver. Okay, so we'll look at the police one first. So basically, these revolvers, because they're obviously the Mk6 revolvers, the only real difference is actually the actual length of the barrel. Both barrels are fully rifled, and they look really good quality as well. The original 177, which I have over here, the rifling and the accuracy of that was really, very good once you'd leaded the barrel in. Okay, so this is the police. This is the 4 inch. Anybody who's familiar with these will notice that you've got basically the rear sight is fixed into the cylinder release. Okay, so that's fixed, and also you've got your foresight here. What I noticed is that the actual front of the foresight on the 4 inch, it seems like a slightly lighter black, or maybe when the light was on it, so it was, the sighting was slightly different. Okay, so basically you've got your release here for your cylinder. Yeah, you press that forward, you'll see the rear sight will hinge back, and then you break it open. There's also an ejector, because obviously on the real revolver, because this is based on the original blueprints, in the field you'd take your shot and you'd fire it like that, and you'd flick it like that, and the injector would throw the empty shells out, because obviously they'd be really light, like brass. Obviously these are heavy. If you've really got to force it, they don't generally eject, but on a real steel one, obviously they would. Okay, so that the ejector's there works. Okay, that ejects the shells, and then you put your new live rounds in. Yeah, so it's a way of clearing the cylinder. Okay, so you've got your index in here on the back of the cylinder, and that's operated by this pawl here, just like most of the revolvers. Okay, this is both single and double action. So single action. Okay, you can see the light's not very good today, unfortunately. It's black outside. So that's single action. There's no CO2 in this. See, and then you've got double action. Really smooth. Will almost certainly improve with use, because I know the one I've got over there is really super smooth now. CO2, yeah, pop the side off here. Like I said, both these, the 4 inch and the 6 inch, are basically identical from the barrel backwards. Yeah, everything about them is identical. Okay, yeah, your CO2 goes in there. This is your lanyard for what you would have to attach your revolver to your webbing, so you didn't lose it in battle. You undo that, pop your CO2 in. I'll use a bit of pebble and I'll do it up. You don't have to over tighten these. Yeah, just tighten them finger like that. Yeah, don't grolly them. Yeah, you'll damage them. Dead simple. Pop your cover back on, and that's the grip. The only bit that's plastic on these is the grip, by the way. Everything else is metal. They're really weight. I mean, they're realistic weight. Now it says here max energy 3 joules. Okay, we'll come to that in a minute. I did chronograph both of these. Only thing I don't like about these two new revolvers is the white warning. Why? These are not children's toys, yeah? Why put a white warning on there? And I'll show you why. Because on the 177 version, which obviously I've had for a few years, okay, what do you see there? Yeah, just the caliber and the F marking and the serial number. Okay, why white? Why not the grey and just put the actual caliber? This has the caliber, yeah, the true caliber, yeah, 4.5mm, the serial number and the F marking. They've put white markings on it. Totally unnecessary. Yeah, ruins your authenticity. You probably could either remove it or blank it out with some black whatever, maybe a paint pen or something like that. But yeah, it's in your face. Totally unnecessary. Yeah. The Max Jewel sticker, that comes off. You can take that off, which I will do later. Okay. Everything else is really authentic, apart from obviously the safety. That locks. If you put the safety on, it's quite firm. Click it on. That locks the trigger, so you can't fire it. Okay. Flick it back on. Okay. You can obviously decock these as well. So if you want to decock them, yeah, like that. both the service and the 4-inch police are identical. Okay, that's how they work. Build quality, fantastic. Yeah, I mean these are about 200 and 210 in UK. But yeah, thanks to DIY Leisure, by the way, for delivering these yesterday. Did a fantastic job. Contact me all the time. I mean, I ordered the original service revolver back in March. Obviously, they've only just been released recently, the last few days or week. So yeah, they rang me yesterday. Said, "Oh, we're delivering, within about an hour." Yeah, really great. Yeah, DIY Leisure in Birmingham, very good. Okay, so that's the police one. I'll just show you the service one. They both come with the same manuals, by the way, to show you how it all loads and everything. So this is obviously the 6-inch, the service revolver. Again, exactly the same. Okay. One thing I will show you is with the actual service revolver, it comes with like a copy of the original training manual from 1937. And this is like from the how to shoot it, positioning, like this sort of thing, correct position to take the shot, everything. It's really interesting actually if you're into that. The manuals for the actual all 3 revolvers, because obviously do a civilian, which is the 2.5 inch one. Again, yeah, tells you everything you need to know. Warnings at the front. You've got warnings in here. Why do you need them on the revolver? You don't. Yeah. To me, it's totally ridiculous. It's an authentic replica, apart from the safety. So they put great big white warnings on for no reason, because we're all adults, aren't we? Okay, how to load the actual pellets. They go obviously the back of the shells. Yeah, so the actual pellet fires through. And if you show this one and this one, that's obviously a 2.2. This is the 177. I don't know if you can actually see this, but probably not. But yeah, the actual noticeable different, obviously, diameter barrels. They're both recessed on these. Yeah, so they look authentic. But yeah, the only thing I don't like, not at all happy with the, like I said, again, see the white markings on it, totally unnecessary. Safety, yeah, if you want to put a safety on them, fair enough. To be honest, you don't really need a safety on a revolver, because you've got to physically pull the trigger. I mean, it's not a lightweight trigger. It's not like you can cock the slide and leave it cocked and just fire it off by accident. You've got to physically pull the trigger, and it's probably 4 or 5 pound pull. So you can't accidentally fire these, and you shouldn't leave them cocked anyhow, if you're leaving them aside. So you don't really need a safety, but I suppose in the sort of world we're in, they just have to have one, don't they, for some bizarre reason. But yeah, when these two are leaded in, I'm using JSB Expresses, obviously 2.2 cal, they're 14.35 grain. I'll show you the actual Crony results I did, which I've just put a CO2 through to see they make sure they operate okay, and also I did some Crony results. So on the left you've got the police 4-inch, and on the right you've got the service 6-inch. What you're getting, over 6 shots, 2.73 foot-pounds from the police, 3.07 foot-pounds from the service. Okay, spread and deviation, reasonable, very reasonable. I fired these reasonably quickly as well. I didn't give them a break in between, let the CO2 recover. So you got 16 FPS spread over 6 shots for the police, and 11 FPS spread over 6 shots for the service. So they're the figures. So if you want to pause it and look at the figures, but they're the figures. Okay, so that's the sort of performance you're getting from there. I knew you'd get a bit more from the 2.2 6-inch barrel, because I know the 177 does about 2.75, and so this is doing just over 3. So yeah, you would, because obviously the 2.22 calories, they're more efficient. So you're always going to get a little more power. Not as much as I thought. I thought you might get 3.5. Maybe if you gave it time for the CO2 to recover, or when the valves are bedded in a bit, because these are straight out the box. You may well get an increase in power, maybe to 3.5 foot-pounds for the 6-inch. Okay, so yeah, fantastic revolvers. Yeah, build quality, again up to the standard of the 177, which I've had for a couple of years. The only thing I just don't get is this whiteness here, this warning, because it's just, to me, it sort of ruins the effect. That is so discreet. Yeah, this is the original 177. Yeah, that marking. I know you could probably eventually, I don't know whether you can rub them off without damaging the finish, or whether you can actually use a marking pen to go over them. Somebody may know. I might have a go myself, but it's just a pointless thing for them to do, because we're all adults. You know, children can't have these, yeah, by law. So apart from that, they're brilliant. So I hope you like that little review. Thanks for watching.